Hello everyone, how are you? This is yours truly, Triple G, coming at you once again with another episode. Today is May 27th, year 2018, in the middle of a Memorial Day weekend. Alright, so today I am showing you a 2018 Jackson Soloist SL2Q. So let's take a quick look. By this time you probably saw some still photos that I have put up, but we'll take a quick look, going over the specs real quick, and then we'll go take a listen and all that good jazz. Alright, so headstock is matching with the body's paint theme and everything. I love this headstock shape of a Jackson guitar. Plastic nut, nothing fancy there. Ebony fretboard, Piranha aluminoid inlay marker, and you have your maple quilt top. The quilt is not very 3D. I mean, it is a above average quilt top, but it's nothing like what you see on Nags or Collings or PRS, that kind of thing. So you got your volume, tone, three-way toggle, just a hardtail. They do have this exact same guitar outfitted with the Floyd rails for another $100. And this northern light finish with a burst type of a deal on the front looks spectacular. I love this color, and body binding, which is exquisitely done, by the way. And then you got your mahogany, and it is a soloist, which means it's a neck through construction. And as you can see, just oiled satin neck on the back is just a spectacular feeling neck. And you see the heel joint, the way they did it. Those of you that can get up here and play, it's gonna be super nice. Right, and then you got your just a normal input jack there. The Jackson did put in Dunlop strap locks that could go on in place of the standard buttons, so that was a good touch. All right, so now that we took a quick look, let's go take a listen, and then we'll come back and talk more about the guitar. Now, as far as the audio sample is concerned, probably not long enough or diversified enough to really get a feel for what the guitar can do. I just wanted to throw something quick together to get online this weekend and put up a video for you guys. So it's something really short, nothing really spectacular. The rhythm section was done with the bridge pickup, and then the little bit of a sliding bit was done with the neck pickup. All right, let's go take a look. Okay, how was that? Obviously, I'm not much of a guitar player, let alone a slide player. In the original song of Cinderella, they don't use the slide for that piece. I just felt like I just wanted to do that, so I just did. So the pickup wise, it is a Trembucker 6 on the bridge and SH6 neck version right here. It's kind of odd that they didn't put the SH6 set, but it is a welcome departure, if you ask me, away from the JBs, 59s, and Jazz, which they normally pair up together in a hum-hum situation with the Duncan flavor. So I really like the diversified pickup set there, and the bridge is a slightly high profile if you ask me, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Maybe those of you who are very meticulous about the way guitar is, maybe it may bother you. As far as the build quality is, I mean, for what you pay, this is gonna rank pretty high on in terms of quality and material. The neck is just one piece, which is a slight of a bummer. 3-piece, 5-piece, multiple piece neck would have been great. The plastic nut is a little iffy. The ebony fretboard, awesome. The pickups, as I said, awesome. And bridge is very high quality bridge. The volume knob and the tone knob both have a decent resistive, even rotation to it. I do feel the tone knob is a slightly more harder to turn. So that's that. There is no coil tapping or splitting, any of that going on. Also, at this price point, you also get locking tuning, the locking head. I can't even talk very straight. So $8.99 street price. Maybe you could get a Memorial Day weekend, upcoming Independence Day coupon, and maybe you could get it a little bit cheaper. But for what you pay, I think this arguably may border on best bang for buck type of guitar. Earlier, was it this year or last year? I showed you the Schecter Sun Valley Super Shred, or whatever it's called. That thing retails at, street price is $629, and I remember talking about the bang for buck value proposition of the guitar, because it is made in Korea. It's got EMG retroactive series, just solidly put together at $629. That was a just really nicely put together guitar at a appropriate price range. You would have often seen me talk about a lot of guitars when I talk about my collection and how I feel a lot of guitars are overpriced by $100, $200 or whatever. So that's all considering into the distribution price, manufacturer's margin, and the dealer's margin point and everything. So this at $8.99 may seem a little bit high, especially considering that it is an Indonesian made guitar. By the way, the serial number is ISJ, so it's Indonesia, and I think the OEM factory that's pumping this out may be Samick factory in Indonesia, but I'm not quite sure, because if it starts with IC, it's an Indonesia court factory. But I think S denotes that it may be Samick, or there's another Korean factory in Indonesia that starts with letter S. I forget what it is, but it may be that. Anyhow, the build quality is just awesome. Now, I will say that because I'll put this down real quick for the time being today, and I'll pick up this guitar. This is a Jackson Soloist SL2 US. So, same neck through construction. It's got the hum, and this one has the original Floyd. So it's slightly different, not quite apple to an apple, but it's very similar. It's arguably the same. Now, what I do miss is Jackson doing away with these, what is it? What is this inlay called? Is it shark fin inlay? Or is that Ibanez? I forget. Maybe Ibanez sawtooth. So I do miss this inlay. I did notice that Jackson and Ibanez both are doing away with this type of inlays on modern models that they've been putting out. So when you look at this American-made guitar, it's well built. I like it. No issues, right? Put together pretty nicely. That said, you pick up this $8.99 Indonesian guitar, which if you just do the street price brand new, it's maybe about 1/3 or 1/4 of the cost. It's gonna be hard to argue where you are compromising on quality, especially with the genuine Seymour Duncan pickups, locking tuners. Of course, the nut could have been better, and I don't necessarily care for Jackson's way of you know, spreading out the strings. Like this one goes at acute angle. It's very sharp, so there is a chance the string could get caught right here. So stuff like that I don't, you know, so much care for. It's less of a problem on the locking nut with the floating bridge situation because the strings are locked right here. So there is no problem of strings getting caught at the nut or whatever. So that is something of a problem. However, again, like I said before, you could get this with the floating bridge model with the locking nut right here. So if you prefer that, then that's not a problem. So when you go point to point, appointment to appointment, it's going to be hard to beat the value proposition of this. Is the mahogany used in this guitar so much worse than the one that's in the US version? Who's to argue? And just the way guitar feels is just so solid and just plays so nicely. It's just a pleasure to play, right? And also I get the satin neck on this model, which I don't have on my US version of Soloist. It's so just buttery smooth going up and down the neck, and you know, if it's like a D-shaped neck, right? So there isn't enough of a shoulder right here for you to anchor your thumb. Now, I do prefer Ibanez Wizard neck over the Jackson neck, me personally. I do have a smaller hands. But this is a very comfortable, very efficient neck, regardless of whether you're a rhythm player, whether you are a lead player hanging out in the upper registers. The jumbo frets, excellent, and the compound radius, it starts at 12 right here and then ends at 16. The scale length is 25.5. So, I mean, it is super comfortable to chord. It is super comfortable to hang out over here if you need to. Just the way the strings bend. And out of the factory, by the way, it comes with a 9 to 42 string gauge. And I tell you what, I mean, it is just a stupidly well put together at its price point. I don't think it's a bad deal at all at $8.99. It's going to be even a sweeter deal if you could incorporate some kind of a coupon or some kind of a promotional deal, whatever, and you know, get it at even a lower price. The fret wires don't stick out. They are rounded off very nicely. Let's see. The binding is done pretty good, and even though earlier I said I do miss the inlay, the pronounced inlay of the yesterday's Jacksons, the Piranha inlays are tastefully done. They are somewhat understated, which I like. It's not garish, so I like that. So you know, it's very hard for one to come here on YouTube and say, you know, XYZ is the best guitar ever, you know, whatever. I don't know how much weight I would give on you know, such a statement, right? Because you know, what you deem perfect may not be something I consider to be perfect. So you and I have two different opinions, and which is why, you know, the whole world of guitars is fascinating and pleasant, and it's a lot of fun because no two people like the same thing. That said, if you like this sort of guitar, pointy, shreddy guitar, at this price point, don't worry about made in Indonesia thing, because this could very well say something different on the back of the headstock and you will never notice the difference. So if your budget is within 1,000, you're looking for this type of guitar, I don't know what other guitar I could come up here with and say it is better or worse than this guitar. This is a very superbly put together for working musicians, and I don't know where I would improve this guitar. Maybe I would replace the plastic nut with some kind of a Graphtec nut, whatever. But all the appointments, weight put together, weight, sound, all across the board, a superb guitar. All right, so that's it. Really had nothing bad to say about this guitar. Again, you know, which is why I got this guitar. So there you go. if you have been considering to buy this very model, the Pro line of Jackson, so it's one level under US, and then it's one level higher than their JS series, is their, I think Jackson's entry level trim is a JS. Anyhow, so it's above that, it's below the US line, so it's just a stupidly superb guitar. I really love this guitar. And if this color is not your thing, they have like 7 other variations of the color schematics. So go definitely check it out. All right, so that's it for this particular episode. I will come back to you hopefully soon. Again, based on my last poll I've done, it was overwhelmingly voted that you guys just want me to come up as often as possible, show new gear, even if my playing is horrible. So with that said, I will try to come more often, hopefully within the next couple of days. Okay, that's it. Again, Memorial Day weekend. Everybody be safe. Happy barbecuing. Until next time, Triple G out. Take care.